A new type of bicycle that actually has no pedals may be the next big thing to hit Southern Oregon streets. It's called the GlideCycle, invented by an Ashland man. And as Hillary Lake reports, no pedals are no problem for one group of people. Take a look.
Good to be riding with you, Mike.
Yeah. 3 years since having her leg amputated after a knee replacement surgery gone bad, Holly Rush now glides through life.
It's giving me my independence back.
Michael Foster lost his leg at the hip in a milling accident. He was confined to a motorized wheelchair for 10 years, but has since traded in those wheels.
Not in a wheelchair position, you're in an up position just like with everybody else with a bicycle. And so it gives you that feeling, and with walking too, being an amputee, you get a sensation of walking.
This virtual non-impact human-powered running machine is the brainchild of Dave Vidmar, who, by the way, is a sailor and not an amputee.
I've seen one-legged people rise up out of their wheelchairs and run away free, sometimes running faster than people with two legs.
Don't let the straps and metal fool you.
You're sitting on a seat that's suspended with these straps, and you're leaning against this. So it's based on the fact that the only bones that don't move in your body are your pelvis bones.
Gliding on one leg doesn't keep these guys from stopping, literally.
When I come to a stop, I let the GlideCycle go to the right, and then I just lean. I put my all my weight to the left.
Or figuratively. Hillary Lake, NBC5 News.
Thursday was National Prosthetics Day, and Bowman drew a crowd of veterans, many of whom also had prosthetic legs. And one woman who lost a leg from a botched knee operation came all the way from Medford to meet Bowman, and she came in riding some new technology called the GlideCycle that she says has made her much more mobile and active. Holly Rush says Bowman made a big impact on her life.
Like I said, he's been quite an inspiration for me, and to be here today and to be able to glide down here and see him on this device is just something that I'll be able to share this with my grandchildren and my children, and I would have come clear cross country had it been necessary.
Today's event at the VA Medical Center wasn't just a time to hear stories of tragedy from people who have survived incredible odds. For others, it was also a time of hope. In fact, one new prosthetic invention that's only been on the market a few weeks was unveiled at today's event.
I've been in a wheelchair for the last 2 or 3 weeks because of the problems with my leg, and since I rode this one day, it just changed everything.
It's called the GlideCycle. Ray Young, whose leg was amputated last year, says it's given him a new freedom. Michael Foster, whose leg was amputated at the hip 10 years ago after a lumber mill accident, agrees.
My mobility in the last 10 years have been in a wheelchair, and now I am at a point where now I'm walking all the time.
In Roseburg, I'm Audie Muirhead, News Source 16.
Imagine not having a leg, but still being able to run. Well, one local man has invented a contraption that may just make that possible. It's called the GlideCycle, and Southern Oregon's Dave Vidmar has taken it all the way to Walter Reed Medical Center, where he says it's practically changed lives.
Blown off below the knee. She got into this and she ran so well. After a quarter mile, we were headed back to the barn where all the staff was waiting for us, and I looked at her and said, you know, you've got this, let's sprint. She turned in a sprint that was just fabulous. It was everything I could do to run next to her as fast as I could. I saw her look over to me and look at my body. She looked at her body, and she looked back up and she screamed, I'm running.
Developers say the GlideCycle has a spring support system that removes the impact of running. Now, it's still in the testing phase, but may be available to the public this spring.